Hello everybody and welcome to Swindon. Now today I'm going to be sampling some of the older and more unusual buses that operate around this area, since there are quite a few interesting vehicles out and about in the Swindon area. To start off with, I'm riding on the Swindon Bus Company, which is part of Go Ahead, Route 5, heading out to Park North, and on this I had one of the ex-National Express West Midlands ADL Enviro 400s. These buses in Swindon are pretty good, however these buses have also been brought into place in other parts of the Go Ahead network and have been pretty unreliable.
Next stop, Sussex Place. 5 to Park North. Next stop, Mountain Road. Close.
Here I am arriving at Kenton Close, which is the main bus stop in the Park North estate, and it's where the number 5 terminates and heads back towards Swindon Town Centre and Hayden Wick. Here's my next bus arriving into Kenton Close to take me back into Swindon Town Centre. This was also on the number 5 and was one of the many Scania K230UB Wright Solars that operate in this area with Go Ahead. Here is my next bus arriving, which is another Go Ahead ADL Enviro 200 MMC. Just like the Scania Wright Solars, there are plenty of these in the area around Swindon. After passing an array of Swindon's bus company vehicles, here I am arriving back into Fleming Way. As much as I like this new bus station, it is extremely spread out and it can take you quite a while if you have a connection which requires you to walk from one end of the bus station to the other. As well as this, unfortunately on the day I came to Swindon, all of the Go Ahead Scania Omni-City single-decker vehicles that are in operation with Swindon's bus company were either not in service on the day or were on staff services, which meant I unfortunately couldn't get on any, which is a real shame since I'm not even too sure if I've ever been on a single-decker Omni-City. Anyway, here I am on my next bus, which I think was on the number 7 service. This is a Stagecoach West ADL Enviro 400, and I actually quite like this vehicle. Here I am getting off the number 7 in the Toots Hill area of Swindon to cross over the road and get the other number 7 back into the centre of town, which is a lovely Dennis Trident. Here is the number 7 heading in the other direction, which is a Dennis Trident Alexander ALX 400 to take me back into Swindon town centre. This wore the lovely Stagecoach Beach Ball livery and is still in service with Stagecoach West. Here I am arriving back into Fleming Way. After walking through Swindon town centre, which was decent, it wasn't great to be honest, I headed back onto another MMC near Fleming Way and passed through Fleming Way before ending up at the Great Western Hospital.
Next stop, Fleming Way. Alight here for buses to other destinations.
Here I am arriving at the Great Western Hospital, which is a hub in itself for local bus services. After going on a few of the one series of routes that operate from the Great Western Hospital, it was time to head back into Swindon town centre on the 48A service from Marlborough. This is formed by a very nice 6-pot ADL Enviro 200. I very much like this bus, but I do prefer the ones down in Plymouth. Here I am passing Park South on one of the main two carriageways into the town. Here I am getting on a Scania N230UD AJL Enviro 400 with Stagecoach West to head one stop from the Magic Roundabout to head to Manchester Road, which is apparently one of the worst roads in Swindon. I completely agree, it was terrible. After having a look around the disgraceful Manchester Road and seeing a Trident on the 7, which I believe was the one we went on earlier, here's my next bus arriving to take me up to Penhill. This is another Scania K230UB Right Solar. Here I am heading back into Swindon town centre on one of the many ADL Enviro 200s in service with Stagecoach West. Here I am arriving back into Swindon at Fleming Way to have a look at some of the buses passing by, and then after a back look on the 17 to head on to my next bus, which would be one of the many Scania N94UD omnideckers that are in service with Swindon's bus company. Although saying that, not many of them tend to go out anymore. Here I am leaving Fleming Way to head back up to Park North on a round trip. Here I am passing an incredibly late number 5 service, also heading to Park North, just like we were. Here I am passing through the magic roundabout. It seems quite fun passing through it, especially whilst you're on a bus. However, it does seem extremely overcomplicated and over-engineered, especially for the amount of traffic that I've seen using it, which, to be honest, hasn't been very much. Here I am arriving back into Fleming Way after doing a round trip up to Park North on the 5 on that lovely Scania Omnidecker. Now, although I've been on one Trident, that doesn't mean I'm finished with the Tridents, no, I just had to get on another one. So here I am on another Dennis Trident Alexander ALX 400. This wore the very unusual Stagecoach Specialist livery, which, apart from on coaches, I've only seen on regular buses with Stagecoach West. I've never seen regular buses in this livery with other parts of the Stagecoach business.
Ready, let's ruin that photo shot. Yeah, ruin your photo shot, bastards.
On my way up to the Link Leisure Centre, here I am passing underneath the Great Western Main Line, which heads towards Bristol and Cardiff to the west, or towards Reading and London to the east.
These ones are the good buses. These ones are what everyone finds. All the bus spotters go for. The old ones.
Pay some bills and then he's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
He had enough.
The only reason I left Stagecoach was because it was a long commute. I was in Swindon and I live in Trowbridge.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Trowbridge is quite nice. I like Salisbury.
Trowbridge is quite nice. Fucking
Yeah, I don't really like
Trowbridge is
Marlborough.
nothing there anymore.
Yeah.
It's gone downhill.
I just been there just the Seabourn and Reading and Swindon.
Here I am passing another ex-National Express West Midlands ADL Enviro 400 with Swindon's bus company.
Yeah. What bus are we getting from here?
The one something I think. Here I am arriving into the Link Leisure Centre. After watching a few buses come and go, here is my next bus arriving into the Link Leisure Centre to take me for the final time back into Swindon Town Centre at Fleming Way. This is one of the crappier ADL Enviro 200 MMCs and didn't have the 6-pot engine and didn't have sofas at the back. Overall, I prefer the other MMCs in service with Go Ahead in this area. Here I am arriving back into Swindon Town Centre at Fleming Way for the final time. I'm going to leave the video here, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, which should be some pretty awesome stuff. I've got a lot of good videos lined up for you guys. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!